Hi yogis, welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about Pratyahara. So according to Patanjali, there are 8 limbs of yoga, and Pratyahara is the 5th limb. Pratya in Sanskrit roughly is translated as withdrawal, and ahara, it equals the senses. So withdrawal of the senses can help to turn your mind more inward. So today we're going to practice that. You can start seated in Vajrasana. I would suggest 2 blocks for this practice, but if you don't have blocks around, I'm sure you could do it without as well. So we're going to start Vajrasana, seated Thunderbolt pose, and then take your right hand to your chest, your left hand to your belly. And right away we're going to practice Pratyahara by closing your eyes and shutting off our sense of sight. Now, you might notice that you're able to tune into the breath a little deeper once you close the eyes. So just feel the breath here in the body. And now let's start to breathe into the hands. So on your inhale, let the belly rise, let the chest rise. And on the exhale, allow the chest to soften, the belly to soften. And continue this breath, inhaling, belly rises, chest rises. Exhaling, chest falls, belly falls. You might want to start Ujjayi pranayama by constricting the back of the throat slightly. That might help you find a deeper connection here with your body. Let's just take about 3 more deep breaths right here. Make your breath smooth and even without much effort. Too much effort. Be really gentle with yourself today. Okay, well, gently open the eyes. Take your left hand down by your side and then reach your right arm up and I'll gently bend over. And start to just look over to the right side. Feel a nice stretch here in the side body. And I'd really encourage you throughout this practice, let's inhale through center and right hand comes down. I'd really encourage you to try to practice closing your eyes as much as you can in this practice. Yes, it might make your balance a little more difficult. So choose wisely. Make sure you're still safe. And then inhale, come back through center. We're going to take a gentle twist to the right now. Take your left hand outside the thigh. Sit up nice and tall and just start to move the torso to the right side. So rather than just turning the head right away, first let this twist stem a little lower in the abdomen. Nice, and then inhale, come through center. Take the twist to the left. Right hand comes outside the thigh. Sit up really tall. Think right ribs move towards the left side. Slowly and gracefully. Inhale, come through center. Okay, we're gonna take the hands on the ears and shut off our sense of sound. You can wrap the fingers around the back of the neck. And then you'll inhale, lift the chest like a cat pose. Nope, this is cow pose. I always get those two confused. And exhale, you're gonna round the spine like a cat pose. All right, so you can draw your elbows away from each other and then towards each other. When you're feeling ready, completely shut off your ears. Close them off. And maybe invite that Ujjayi pranayama here. Notice if you can constrict the back of the epiglottis here, you really have a calming, it really provides a calming sensation in the body. And is your mind able to think of anything else when this is happening? Not really, right? You're really able to stay present. And just do this a few more times. You can even close your eyes as you do this. One more time. All right, release your hands away from your ears. Just take a moment to come back with your sound. Come back to hearing sounds around the room. All right, we're gonna come towards the front of the mat. If you have those two blocks, you're gonna place the blocks at the front of the mat on either side. Your hands will go on the blocks, and make sure the blocks are on the lowest setting, and then you will curl your toes under, lift your knees up, and come to a plank position. So feet are about hip distance apart and parallel. Push down into the blocks here. Find a nice strong plank. Deepen your breath. You always have the option of dropping your knees here, but we're going to do a little exercise. So take about 3 deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. One more deep breath in. One more big breath out. All right, now float the right toes off the floor, and on your exhale, draw the knee towards the right tricep. You can tap the foot down and then step the foot back. So you're gonna float the left foot up, draw it in, tap the foot down, and then step it back. Now, if you wanna make this harder, of course, you're gonna float the foot off the floor the whole time. Okay, so we'll do 3 on each side. Exhale as you pull it in. Inhale as you come back. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, come back. So make sure you did those 3. Drop down to your knees. Sit back to your heels. Your hands can still rest on the blocks. Drop your forehead down in Balasana, child's pose. And just find your breath there. Deepen it. Good, we're gonna try that again. So come back to all fours. Curl the toes under, lift the knees. You're in a plank position. From here, lift the right foot. Exhale, draw it into your right tricep. Inhale, shoot it back. Exhale, foot down. Inhale, left foot. Exhale, pulls in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, step down. Let's do it twice more on each side. Good, once you've done all 3, let's come back, sit to your heels, come back to child's pose, rest your forehead down. If you'd like, this time you can bend your elbows, take the elbows to the blocks, and take the hands behind the head. So a little different variation here, child's pose. Close your eyes, join the hands together in the back of the neck in Anjali Mudra. And just breathe there. Good, let's take the hands back to the blocks. You'll come to all fours, and then pick the knees up as you curl the toes under. Let's come to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So take some time here. Let's just kind of pedal those feet out a bit. And then let's lift both heels up really high. Drop the right heel down as you bend the left knee deeper. So try to get your ribs towards your left thigh. And then inhale, lift both heels. Exhale, lower the left heel, bend the right knee deeper. So just move through this a few times, going back and forth. Starting to warm up the back of the legs, the back. The whole back side of the body starting to activate. Good, and then we'll just start to walk it forward towards your blocks. I want you to lift the chest, head flat back, and exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, reach the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, hands together, and then exhale, Tadasana, hands by your side. All right, from here, your inhale, reach the arms up overhead, and exhale, fold forward. Take a flat back, look up, Ardha Uttanasana, and let's step the feet back to high plank position, shoulders over those wrists. From here, start to shift the weight forward and back a few times. So just starting to get a little mobility in the wrists, stretch them out a bit. Good, and then let's lift those hips high, downward facing dog. Now from here, I want you to step off your blocks and walk your hands all the way back. So you're in a forward fold. Feet are about hip distance apart, maybe a little bit wider if you'd like, and then grab opposite elbows. See if you can take those elbows in front of the head here. And start to shift the weight forward towards the toes. Now your knees can be bent here if that feels better, or begin to straighten those legs if you need a little more. Good. Release the hands. Take the hands to the shins, flat back. Exhale, fold in. Do that 3 times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. One more time. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, push down into the feet. Reach all the way up. And then take your hands down by your side back to Tadasana. All right, from here, feet are still hip distance, bend the knees, reach your arms up, chair pose. And then we'll move into an airplane. You'll hinge forward from the waist, reach your arms backwards. Now chest is parallel to the floor. Do that 5 times. Inhale up, exhale, hinge. Again, inhale. Exhale, try to stay low. Inhale. Exhale. Do it twice more. One more time. Good. Hold this airplane. You can interlace the fingers if you'd like. Reach the fist away from you. An option to lift your heels. Hold it here. Don't hold the breath. Keep the breath steady for 3. For 2. For 1. Release the heels. Start to fold over the legs. Reach your arms up and over your head here. So I want you to try to close your eyes. Maybe that helps you connect a little more to what's happening in the body here than sensations. What do you feel? Release the hands down. Start to walk your hands right back to those blocks. So we're going to do Surya Namaskar with the blocks here. You always have the option of taking your hands away from the blocks. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, walk or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, root down to rise, reach up. Exhale, Tadasana, hands by your side. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Step back, high plank. Lower your knees. Shift your weight forward, lower your chest. Press your chest back up. Come into a high cobra, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog.
Good, right leg lifts up towards the ceiling, leg is straight here. And then point the toes, pull the knee into the chest. See if you can get those shoulders right over the wrist before stepping the foot down. Now lower that left heel down to the ground. Those left toes are facing the long edge of the mat, and reach your arms out wide for warrior two. We're gonna move this today. Inhale, straighten that right leg, reach up, and exhale, bend the right knee. Good, now do this 3 more times. I meant a total of 3 times, so 1 more time. See if you can close your eyes on this next one. And just imagine being that witness to your experience here. So just imagine yourself watching your form. Take a few more deep breaths. And then shift the weight forward into the right foot. We're gonna come right into half moon. Then we're gonna step back or place the block a little bit more forward. Extend the left leg straight back and reach the left arm straight up, Ardha Chandrasana. See if you can keep your foot in line with your hips. Sometimes it's a little hard to tell in this position, but do the best you can. Reach the left arm up, and then wherever your head is comfortable, that's where your gaze will be. If you want to challenge, you can look up at the ceiling, but if it really is straining your neck, it's not worth it. Just breathe here. Good, and then we'll step the left foot forward. We're coming into Malasana, so step your feet as wide as your mat and start to squat down. Now you have this block. If you need the block under your seat for a little support, take it. And then take your hands together in front of your heart. A little adjustment there. Hands together in front of your heart. Press those knees out wide. All right, from here, I want you to take your hands at your ears and start to tuck your chin, rounding in and shut off your sense of sound again. Close your eyes. Press the knees back. All right, release the ears, lift the gaze, hands press firmly again. Good, and then start to extend the legs. You're coming into a forward fold. So you will turn your heels out slightly. Start to extend the legs. You can place the blocks back at the front of the mat. And here, I want you to again place the hands right up against the ears. So press your hands, like suction your hands to the ears. And if you'd like, you can kind of rock a little side to side. Close the eyes. Good, and then release your hands. Take your hands to the blocks. Highest side if you have them. Walk your feet in about hip distance apart. And then you'll lift the right leg up 90 degrees. So I want you to think about turning those right toes down towards the floor. Maybe even look at those toes here. All right, and arms are nice and straight. And just breathe. From here, point your right toes and draw your right knee behind the left knee, like a little curtsy. Right heel super close to the seat. Inhale, shoot it back, making 90 degrees in the legs. Again, exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lift and extend. And do this a couple more times. Good, on this next one, hold the right knee in behind the left knee and hug it in really close. And then take your right hand to your sacrum and start to turn the torso a bit. Ooh, balance might be challenging. Good, right hand comes down. You're gonna switch that. Left hand comes to your sacrum, little twist to the left. Good, and then release. Right foot to the floor. Other side, extend the left leg straight back, leg is straight, foot is flexed. Again, you can check down those toes. And then exhale, pull the left knee behind the right knee. Inhale, extend, nice strong legs. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, extend. Do this a few more times. Good. Hold this next one in. Squeeze it in nice and tight. Left hand comes to your sacrum. Start to twist. You won't go very far on this side. So the harder side. Good. And then left hand comes down. Right hand comes to the sacrum. Again, start to twist. Right hand comes down. Left foot comes down. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Close the eyes. Press into the feet and reach the arms up over your head. Exhale, hands, Anjali Mudra in front of your heart. Take a big step back with your left foot here. We're gonna come into Crescent. Okay, so right knee is bent, back leg is straight, back heel is lifted. Hands together right in front of your heart. From here, shift the weight into your right foot. Lift up for warrior three. Hands stay at heart center. Extend that left leg. Think toes are still facing down. Find the breath. And then press into your right foot. Come all the way up and through to tree pose. So you take the foot high in the inner thigh. If you're not there, that's okay. You can keep the foot on the calf, or you can rest your toes on the floor and just bring the heel up the calf. You have options. Find your drishti, your focal point. Squeeze that right hip in, especially if the foot's on the inner thigh. Breathe. Good, and you're gonna bring the left knee forward and turn over your left shoulder to the long edge of your mat, right in goddess pose. So see if you can sink down low, press the knees back into space a bit. Hands can stay right here at heart center, pressing the back of the thumbs against the sternum, and close your eyes again. Notice your foundation. What is touching the floor here? It's your feet, right? So feel the weight distribution happening throughout the feet. Right here, feel the grounding against the floor. Take a few more deep breaths. Open the eyes, extend the legs, turn over your right shoulder, and then you're gonna take the hands back to the blocks. Step your right foot back to high plank. Drop your knees to the floor, lower your blocks, rest back, child's pose. All right, come back to all fours. Make your way back to the top of your mat. Press down through the feet, reach all the way up. Hands together in front of your heart, and we'll step the right foot back now. Come into that lunge. So bend the left knee as deep as you can. Feel the back heel lifting up so that you can bend a little deeper. Start to shift the weight into the left foot now. We're coming into warrior three. Find that focal point that you're not moving your eyes from. Extend that right leg back, toes are pointed down. Shift the weight up. You're gonna bring that right knee up, turn the knee out, take it into Vrikshasana tree pose. Again, you find that drishti point, squeeze this left hip inward. You're standing up nice and tall. All right, and then we're going to bring the knee up,
Turn over your right shoulder back to the long edge of your mat. This time you're gonna take your hands to your thighs, press your knees back, drop your left shoulder in, and look over the right shoulder. Inhale, come through center, drop that right shoulder down and start to look over the left shoulder. Inhale, come through center, reach your arms up as you extend your legs. Exhale, hands to heart, bend the knees. And do that 5 times. If you want a big challenge here, see if you can close your eyes as you're doing this. Notice how hard the balance becomes without your vision. Good. Okay, extend the legs, turn over your left shoulder, hands back to the blocks. Step back, drop the knees. We're coming down onto our seat now. So you'll take boat pose, but we're going right away into a low boat. So hug your knees in and then extend long. Toes and shoulders are in one line. Squeeze your legs together. Reach your arms forward. Breathe here. Can you close your eyes? Cut your vision off and notice if the sensations in the body feel a little stronger. Good, hug the knees into your chest, cross your ankles. Hands come back onto the blocks, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale forward into high plank. And I want you to lower super slow to your belly. So shift your weight forward and lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you can place those blocks out of the way. We're going to have the arms out long in front of you. So the back of the neck is long here, and I want you to take opposite arm and leg up, and then we'll do the other side. So inhale, right leg and left arm up. Exhale, release. Inhale, left leg, right arm up. Exhale, release. Now close your eyes and see if you can do this. Lift up, release. What do you find when you close your eyes? Are you able to feel your glute muscle activate as you lift? Are you able to feel the back activate as you lift? Do it a few more times each side. Maybe you can get a little higher each time. Really pulling through those toes. Reach as if somebody's pulling at your wrist and ankle. Good, one more each side. Good, let's take the hands down by your hips and rest. Right cheek comes to the mat. Just take a few nice cleansing breaths here. Come back to your forehead or chin and interlace the fingers on top of your seat. See if you can bring the feet together. If you have no lower back pain, that's suggested. If you do have some discomfort in the lower back, take your feet a little wider, maybe even as wide as your mat. Then exhale the breath. Inhale, lift. Reach the fists back. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Lift those hands up away from your seat. Hold it for 3. Lift a little higher. 2. And 1. Release. Right cheek comes to the mat. Just let it go. Good. Now we're going to flip on over to our back side. So just come onto your back. Feet are about hip distance apart and parallel. So what I want you to do is you're going to lift your hips up and arms at the same time. You're going to take your hands all the way behind your head.
The back of the hands are on the floor, the palms are up, and then you're gonna exhale, lower your hips and hands at the same time. So it looks like this. Press down, inhale, lift. Back of the palms touch, and then exhale, arms and hips go down. And so you try to time it so your hips and your hands are down at the same time and up at the same time. So your highest expression of your hips happens when your hands are on the floor. It's really a lot harder than you think. But 5 times we're gonna try this, okay? So exhale the breath out, press the lower back down, and inhale, press into the feet, tuck your hips slightly. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up, squeeze the glutes, and then exhale, hands and hips lower down at the exact same time. So that means you're really feeling each and every vertebrae going up off the floor and then coming right back down with control. Okay, let's try it 3 more times. So not only are you trying to time that, but you're trying to time the breath too. So it's not like you inhale so quickly that you're holding your breath until your hands get down. Try to lengthen the breath so that the fullest expression of your breath is occurring when you fill up completely when your palms, back of the hands are on the floor. And you empty out completely when the palms are on the floor. All right, on this next one, just lift your hips and hold. Back of the palms are on the floor. See if you can find a little length or a little space between your shoulders and your ears. Now even press the pinky down into the floor and the thumb. Every finger, every nail is pressing down. Hold it for 3, for 2, and 1. Let's release. Lower it down nice and slow. Take your hands down, and you're going to scoot your hips to the left, drop your knees over to the right. Now you can keep your legs a little staggered, or you can keep that left knee on top of right knee. Left elbow is at 90 degrees, and maybe take your right hand to your abdominals here. Try to keep your left shoulder blade on the floor, and just breathe into your right hand. Close your eyes. Feel the breath expanding the abdomen and contracting it. And then release. Let's come back through center. Hips go slightly to the right, and knees are going to drop over to the left. Again, you can stagger, stack, stagger or stack. Right forearm is out on a goal post here. Right shoulder is down, kind of gluing that shoulder blade to the floor. And again, take your left hand to your abdominals, right at your rib cage here. And breathe into that hand. Close your eyes or soften the gaze. Back through center. Hug your knees into your chest and just give yourself a little rock or hug here, or both. Good, and then let's extend the legs long towards the corners of our mat. Let your hands rest down, palms face up. And just take a few moments here to let all of that absorb. digest. So you're not just digesting your food that you eat, you digest all of your experience, everything you take in with your senses. So it's really important, especially in times like these, that you're taking time to rest. Without any distractions. Place our hands back to our body. Right hand maybe to your chest, left hand to your belly. And see if you can breathe that same way we were breathing seated. So as you inhale, feel your left hand rising and then your right, filling up the chest. And then as you exhale, let the right hand drop down and left hand drop down, releasing the breath from the chest and then the abdomen. Do that about 5 times. You might not be able to isolate the abdomen and the chest so much. Don't worry about it if that's the case. Just feel the breath going in and out. Make it natural and effortless. Start to bring a little movement back into the feet. You can rock the ankles, maybe roll the feet a few times. And start to roll at the wrist, one direction and then the other. Take a full body stretch. Reach your arms up overhead. Stretch those toes. Reach, reach, reach. And then come to one side. Rest your arms, your head in your arms. Just take a few moments here. And put yourself up to a seated position. So Sukhasana, one ankle in front of the other. Take a moment to close the eyes again or soften the gaze. And then we're going to take our hands together and rub the hands vigorously. So build some heat. Build some tapas here. Tapas has the ability to transform. Good. Negative into positive. Fear into love. All right, once you feel that heat, you're going to place the hands over the eyes. Keep the eyes closed. Feel the warmth of your hands against the eyes. Gently open your eyes into your hands and slowly move your hands away from your face. Thank you all for practicing with me. Please like these videos. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and tell all your friends. I would like to share with as many people as I can these videos. The light in me humbly bows to the light in you. Namaste.